Let's get to the latest on the U.S. Coast Guard's investigation into the submersible that suffered a catastrophic implosion last week. A Marine Board of Investigation going to probe the sub's implosion. It's the highest level of investigation the Coast Guard conducts. Over the weekend, officials announcing that voice recordings from the support ship or the mothership were recovered and will be reviewed. Let's go to our Xavier Walton. Good morning to you. This is sure going to cost a lot of money, but I'm sure for the families, they're not thinking about cost. They're thinking about answers.
Yeah, Adrienne, you really can't put a cost when it comes to a life, right? But right now, they are trying to recover debris from the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean from the sub. But questions like you just mentioned, where is all the money going to come from? We're going to get into that later. First, though, let's start with the U.S. Coast Guard and the latest on their investigation into all of this. It'll continue by collecting debris from the wreckage and conducting interviews. Next, the Marine Board of Investigation is going to hold a public hearing. Then the board is going to release its findings in a full report. That'll include recommendations moving forward. However, there's no set date on when that may be. As a part of the process, too, officials will piece together exactly what happened and are going to review voice recordings from the ship that actually carried the vessel and its 5 passengers who we now know died instantly during the implosion.
During the course of the MBI, the board will first and primarily work to determine the cause of this marine casualty and the 5 associated deaths. The MBI, however, is also responsible for accountability aspects of the incident, and it can make recommendations to the proper authorities to pursue civil or criminal sanctions as necessary.
As necessary. And this morning, we're also learning more about OceanGate, that deep sea exploration company. It received $450,000 in PPP government loans during the pandemic. As for the search that really lasted days and took several countries, according to a report in the New York Times, quote, probably going to cost millions. Question is, who is footing the bill, right? Who's paying for it all? According to the Coast Guard, as a matter of Homeland Security policy, the Guard never asks a private company or individual to reimburse the government for the costs associated with those search and rescue efforts. And meantime, officials really haven't said exactly how much it costs, though last week, according to the Department of Defense, the DoD, they said the money spent, Adrienne, was already budgeted.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.